Welcome to the Rachele and Cassandra show. Before we begin, our disclaimer. I know it sounds like Rachele and Cassandra are giving legal and financial advice, but I promise you, they're not.
Yay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's one of my favorite episode ways. What would I call that? One of my favorite styles are my interview episodes. And today I have the pleasure and the honor, and I'm nervous too, just so you know.
Oh, thank God.
Today in studio, I have my friend, my peer, also a bit of an enigma in the community, I must say, Laura James.
Hello.
I don't know. Not to make it weird, but something about this chick always makes me make it weird. Do you know this?
I think it's mutual. I think we have 50-50 in that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So I have, driving in to record this episode today, I was thinking about all of the things that I wanted to ask you. And one theme kept popping up for me, and that is this. And I'm not going to put you on the spot or make you talk about anything you don't want to talk about.
Okay.
But everybody that I know in real estate knows you. And it goes deeper than that, because now that we've forged a friendship, a relatively deep and fast friendship, if I can say that.
I agree.
Every time I come to you with a, hey, here's this cool person, you're like, oh yeah, we're already best friends. It freaks me out. In a good way, but like, yeah. How do you do that?
So I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've been in this real estate community for so long, and a lot of the agents that I'm super duper good friends with have been in this community for so long. And it's the greater Livingston County. So I kind of compare it to, when I was dating, I couldn't go out to dinner locally because I'd run into like an ex-boyfriend's mom, and she'd want to sit down and talk and do all the things. So I think this community is just super tight-knit. And in my experience forging relationships with agents, it just comes easy to me and to the people. I mean, yeah, I think probably 2/3 of my best friends in the world are from real estate, and we've got some great people out here. So
it's true.
Take advantage of it, and be their buddies.
Yeah,
I guess.
Absolutely. So let's back up for somebody who doesn't know, which I think it's really a long shot that somebody's going to be like, Laura James, who's that? But who's that? Who are you? What do you do?
What do I do? I have so many hats.
Yeah. What's
honestly.
your favorite hat?
My favorite hat is, okay, so here we go. I told you not to make me cry.
I'm not.
Son of a bitch.
Answer differently then. Don't cry. Please don't cry, Laura.
I'm a good crier, though. My favorite hat is wife, mom, and stepmom.
Love it.
I do what I do for a living because of them.
Yeah.
And for them. So I have a husband, Caleb, and I have 5 kids, ranging from...
Say that again. How many kids?
5 kids.
What?
So, I have a 21-year-old that just graduated Grand Valley. I have 3 kids in the middle, 11, 13, 15. And they're my stepkids, but they're my kids.
Yes.
There's no differentiating that. They're amazing. They're wonderful. And then we have a 2.5-year-old Rowan together.
So 21 down to 2.
Yeah. So I'm crazy to be in real estate, and this just kind of concretes the fact that I'm just like kind of fucking crazy all around.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
And you kind of lean into it, which I think serves you well, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we I hate that I say unpack that. Can we unpack that? But
Let's rabbit hole it.
Yeah. Rabbit holing. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. How did you become a real estate agent? Like, you started as a real estate agent. You're still a practicing real estate agent.
Yes.
How did you get there?
So I think we got to go really far back. I was thinking about this on the way here because I knew that was going to be a question.
Yes.
Of course it is.
It's silly not to ask that.
Yeah. So it started in 4th grade. So I was trying to figure out, when did my obsession with real estate start? And it was 4th grade. We had, do you remember newspapers, how they came every day?
Yes.
So we had a contest in 4th grade where we had to go through the stock market, and we were given like this fake money, and we had this contest, and I had to look at stocks and I had to do all these things. I won the contest,
Awesome.
which was cool, but that kind of got me into reading the newspaper, and every Wednesday we'd have the green sheet. And so I'd get that from the driveway and I'd look at houses.
Yeah,
So
and
all the houses were for sale.
If somebody's not from Livingston County, what was the green sheet? I remember it well.
It basically, I think it was, it's just a portion.
Was it just
like the
classifieds?
classifieds?
It was
yeah.
like a separate,
Yeah.
came once a week. That feels right.
It was every Wednesday in the
I was
past.
thinking Wednesday, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to misquote it. Yes.
Yeah. So my favorite part was just going through and seeing everything that was for sale and seeing all the names. And I kind of looked up to all of these people in real estate, and I was like, wow, they're like bigger than everything. So like the Raffertys, the Fran Thornells, like all these big groups that are different in name now, but we'd like, my mom and I would be in the car and I'd say that went for 137.
So
that
you retained. You're
Oh,
like
yeah.
watching the market in 4th grade, 5th grade.
In 4th grade,
and
yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fun. So that started my passion, and I came upon getting into real estate accidentally. I think it was about 2002. I had Alex at 18.
How old are you in 2002? Oh, okay. You're going there.
Yeah.
All right.
So Alex was 2, so I was about 19 and a half, maybe 20. And I was going to school for marketing and architectural preservation. And I applied for like a front desk receptionist position.
Where were you going to school at the time? If you're out of high school, you graduated.
Just Lansing Community. I was
Okay.
just going to there.
Yeah. I went there too.
Yeah. It was a good school. I loved my instructors there, but we can talk about that another day.
Okay.
But yeah, so I applied for a receptionist position, and the marketing director at the time came up and said, I love your work and I love what you're going to school for, and I think you're capable of a little bit more. So I started as the marketing coordinator for a local brokerage, and I was in charge of like all the postcards, coming up with new ideas.
This is pre-internet, or at the beginning.
It was the beginning.
Very beginning. Like you were maybe
yes.
you had an email address through school, and it was like weird.
It was AOL, and you'd get the ringer when you'd get on the internet.
Oh, yes.
And then you'd have to go make popcorn or something in order for a website
Yeah.
to
Go
come
make a
up.
sandwich,
Yeah.
eat it, watch a show.
It's like the commercials, So I started there, and then I quickly started taking on different types of projects, and I started working for other agents, and it just kind of evolved into something completely different.
So you started not as a licensee.
Correct.
You were support staff.
Yep.
How long did that last? I can't see you taking shit from anybody, and I should just shut my mouth right now. I was going to say I know how agents can be.
Yeah, so I guess my thing is no, I never did take shit from anybody, but what I did was I worked with these agents, and I think we thought a little bit outside of the box and just created something different, within each team that I was working for. And in the meantime, I was building my clientele. So at some point, I was an assistant for these agents, buyer agent. My role changed kind of a lot depending on who I was with.
And you got a license in this time frame. So you said
At one point, yes.
2002, is that right? 2002, you start working in the industry. Mm-hmm. And then when did you get your license and why?
I got my license because some of the things that I was doing, I was not supposed to be doing. And that kind of concerned me.
Awkward silence. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And, but then I think it was about 2009, I had to cancel my license because I changed my path a little bit.
I did not know this about you.
I think you did.
Canceled your license?
I had, yeah.
Didn't put it in holding, didn't just stop using it. You literally shut it down.
I had to because, so what happened in 2009?
The market was
it
taking
2009
a
or 10?
shit. It was. It's no.
Yeah.
You can't like say this is the day that the bottom fell out. It was like a rolling.
Yes. So at that point in my career path,
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of work for agents in the bank-owned industries. I had started a preservation company.
What is that?
It's so basically I was working for a bank-owned agent, and anytime anything had to happen, whether it was a key exchange or occupancy check or a trash out, winterization, we were responsible for hiring someone to do that. And this was before Safeguard became this big, huge conglomerate all over the place. I could not find anybody to service any of our bank-owned listings. So I did it.
Yeah.
And it was called A&L Property Management, Alex and Laura.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I had a property management company too.
Yeah.
Called Big R Management. Equally creatively named.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yes. So I was really busy. We were selling a lot of houses. We were doing a lot of trash outs, winterizations, all the things. And it no longer brought me joy. And I couldn't do it. And then
hold on.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a piece I don't understand. So you had to close your license and then do the property management stuff?
Nope.
I'm confused.
So the reason I closed it is because I know I ended up getting, I don't know if I was laid off. I parted ways with my agent, and I went to Trot and Trot. And having an active license.
Got it. Conflict of interest.
Yes.
Probably bubbled up as a
Yep.
situation. So you had to pick.
Yes.
Okay. And what is Trot and Trot for those who don't know?
Trot and Trot is a foreclosure law firm, and a lot of people, when I made this switch, they said, "So you're going to the dark side," or "Okay, so now you're going to the devil." And at first,
Really? Like the industry people or like your friends and family?
everybody. I mean,
okay.
if you think about it,
Everybody was mad.
yeah, every 5 houses was in foreclosure, some sort of foreclosure, and they were the largest foreclosure law firm in the United States.
Yes.
In the United States. So to some people, they were the reason for these foreclosures.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the economy, had nothing to do with, defaulted mortgages. So it was a really great experience. I started in the litigation department, gained a lot of I learned so much at that place. I can't even begin to describe it. My supervisor was amazing. I didn't quite have a position in litigation. She kind of knew my skill set, and she knew my background, and said, "Hey, so these are your clients. You have to work with the attorneys, do the fee approval. Sometimes I would be doing motions," and I just learned so much.
About the court system or real
All of
estate
it.
processes, all the things. Who were
Everything.
your clients? Were they, and by that I mean, were they banks?
Yes.
So you guys were the law firm that the banks would call to handle the foreclosure process on their behalf.
Yes.
Okay. Is that something that always has to be handled by an attorney?
I'm
that-
sure it doesn't have to. I mean, if you know the procedures and the processes, yeah, you can.
Of course, like anything.
I mean,
you could
but
do it
would
yourself.
Bank of America say,
Yeah.
let's go do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
I
They're
think
busy.
and the safest way is obviously to hire an attorney to
And
just to make sure it goes as smooth as possible.
For sure. And if that's what you guys specialized in, then it's a no-brainer.
Yes.
So how long were you there?
About 4 years. I started in the litigation department, and then I actually transferred to the post sale. And I think,
What does that mean?
that's where the magic happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So post sale is post foreclosure, post sheriff sale. So
The 6-month redemption period post-sale in there?
Nope.
Or after that?
it's directly after the sheriff sale.
So isn't that when the redemption period starts?
Yes.
From a consumer point of view?
Yes.
Okay. So what? I'm going to shut up. You talk.
Okay. So my job was basically any sort of title issue that occurred after the sheriff's deed would come across my desk, and I'd have to kind of figure out, okay, what is the issue? How do we handle it? Basically, they called me the triage, and I would I loved it. If there was a legal description issue, which could invalidate a foreclosure, how do we handle this? I worked with township surveyors, militia complaints.
Militia complaints.
Yes.
What is that?
They're very interesting. So it's basically when a person feels that the normal laws do not apply to them, they're the sovereign entity of XYZ, therefore are not, they signed a mortgage agreeing to do something, but then once the foreclosure started, they said, oh, well, I'm not subject to your laws because I'm the sovereign entity of whatever island they created.
I've heard of such things. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating rabbit trail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know which rabbit trail now to go down.
There's so many.
That's amazing. Does it ever work? The sovereign entity argument, or can you not answer that?
It doesn't work very often.
No.
Because at the end of the day, you agreed to abide by this rule, and you chose not to, or something happened, which is awful. But no, they don't work very often. But they cost the banks a lot of money, and they delayed things a long time.
Tie it up in court. That gives me a place to stay while we tie it up in court.
Yep.
That's what I just heard.
Yep, absolutely. So, and you know, like going back to, you know, me joining the dark side when I went there, I felt like I had the opportunity to coordinate and actually help some of these people that had tried for years.
I know,
okay.
I see. I feel it too.
And I'll give an example. We had a title issue with the property, and we needed to get a deed. Basically, a house was not built on the legal description that was mentioned within the mortgage. So I had to reach out, and I'm looking at this file and seeing how hard this individual tried to keep their home, to do a loan mod. But back then, things were so scary. Nobody knew what was going on. The banks didn't know one department from the next. They had never experienced this before.
They were not equipped to deal with that volume, even if they had a department.
Mm-hmm. And even if they had anything similar to this in the past, which they hadn't, you know, I feel for both sides, because a lot of homeowners lost their homes solely because the banks weren't equipped to handle it.
Yeah.
So this gentleman, I'm looking through his file. I know that my client needs something from him, but I'm also cognizant of the fact that, you know, he went through a horrific experience, tried very hard to loan mod, tried to do the right thing.
Yep.
And so what I did is I looked at this file and I said, you know, we need a quit claim deed for whatever the legal description was. And I called and talked to this person and I said, hey, this is Laura from Trot and Trot. We're not monsters. We want to help you. I see what you've gone through. How can we resolve this in order to, number one, keep it out of litigation? Because our job was to resolve it in order to keep it out of litigation, which that's going to cost so much. Quiet titles, they're very expensive and drawn out. And then so we talked about it, and I went to the bank. I don't even remember which bank it was, and I asked for fee approval. And I said, you know, this is our estimated cost if we go to litigation. This is our, whatever. But here's my proposed resolution, and we can save money and give this gentleman a new start. And so that's kind of what I did. I worked with our attorneys in order to do this, but it was kind of my way of giving back, and I felt really good about it.
Balancing the scales for this guy who tried to play by the rules, and the rules kept changing.
Mm-hmm. And at the same hand, you know, I wasn't advocating necessarily for him. I obviously wanted, you know, my fiduciary was to our client, and, you know, so I wanted the best outcome for our client. And this is kind of how I act in real estate as well. You know, sometimes we have to come up with a compromise that's going to make both parties happy.
Yes.
And other agents sometimes say, well, it doesn't matter if the other person's happy. Well, yeah, it does. Because if 50% of the transaction's not happy, we don't have a transaction. And that's kind of where I learned a lot of my compromising and just how I do business today, believe it or not, came from a foreclosure law firm. So, and I loved my attorneys. They were so wonderful. They were good people. Some of the most brilliant minds I've ever met. So
you did that for 4 years?
Yep.
So why did you stop doing that? And when? 13?
Yeah, about 13. Yep. Number one, I miss my clients. Real estate has always been my thing. It's always been my thing. It's never been a sidebar.
Since 4th grade.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
I kept it that long and I'm still here.
How old is 4th grade? Because for me, it's age 14. So 4th
What?
grade is 9. You were like 9 when you got the hook?
Yeah.
Okay. You're an early bloomer. You're freaking overachiever is what you
Oh my
are.
God. Well, and you know what? I don't think I really even knew what real estate was, but I just saw all these big people and, I saw the billboards and, oh my God, these people are famous. Yeah. Oh my God. Larger than life.
Yes. You always think they're famous from the outside looking in.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess I left for a multitude of reasons. It was far away. I was a single mom. I wanted to be able to spend more time with my son. And there was just a lot of little things that went into the equation.
So around 2013, you reactivate your license. Silly question.
January 7th, 2014.
Are you serious?
My sister's birthday in 2014.
Okay, so not to bring it right back to you and me, but I got licensed in 2013 at the end of the year and didn't do anything with it. In January, I always say January 1st, but that first week of January 2014, I
was the start.
Burned the bridge of my 9 to 5. I lit that thing on fire. There was no going back. So that is when I really came into this industry. So it trips me out a little bit in light of all of the other contextual similarities that I started. I know you were in it deeper and earlier, but that we started this round at the same time. That's all. I got to acknowledge it.
Okay.
Now I forgot my damn question.
Shit.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. It's a logistics question. Did you have to retake your licensing class and test, or did they let you go fill in the gaps from when you had? Did you go into holding? Did you really kill your license?
I took my test, or I had to take the class and test all over again.
So you had to start over from zero?
Yes.
You got a whole new license number?
Yes.
Do you remember your old license number?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Was it only 4 digits? How long ago
Oh my
was
God.
that?
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
Maybe 6. Or no, 5. How
5.
many? 380952.
377-238 is my anyway, it doesn't matter. Now we're speaking really specific real estate language. You get relicensed, you go to a brokerage. Are you a buyer's agent on a team? Are you just solo Laura James? You're already a known entity. Did it feel like coming home, or did it feel like opening a new door because all the players must have been different after the foreclosure?
A little bit, yeah. So keep in mind, too, I always had different roles. So I don't think I was really that well known. And I don't even know, it feels weird saying that everybody knows Laura, or I'm well known.
I'm telling you, they do. In weird corners of my life, I'll be like, blah, 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 Laura James. And people sparks recognition. It trips me out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah. I think, so I was scared. So I was scared to come back into real estate. I did not want to be a solo agent because I thought that I didn't think I had my clientele. I didn't think I had my database. And my database goes back to 1987 from when I first moved into Howell. And I didn't realize that at the time. So I was a buyer agent for an agent. I went to KW, which was wonderful. Rick Smith.
I remember Rick.
Amazing mentor.
Yeah.
And every step that I've taken along the way, I've had amazing people. But the biggest thing that was holding me back, I think since I started anything, was myself.
It's so profound. It really is.
I didn't have faith in myself, and I thought that I needed to rely on somebody else's success because I was always an assistant or, doing things for other people, making them money so I could get my money and I could put food on the table, put clothes on my kids' back. And I was so wrong. So I started off as a buyer agent, and I had a friend come to me and say, "Can you list my house?" And I said, "Well, I'm a buyer agent. My partner can. They can list your house." "Oh, no, that's okay." they didn't want that. They wanted me. And so that's when I started recognizing that, I'm good enough.
Did you list that house?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I went solo. Well, not solo at first, but I went to my business partner at the time and I said, I need to be a listing agent as well. I need to be able to service my clients. I'm going to lose out on business if I don't. It caused a problem.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of response is always a surprise to me. But it's not uncommon. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So in that, okay, it didn't go well. Did you keep the relationship and figured out like, yes, you can just list this one house?
I think from the deals that I was doing, that what I was bringing to the table, I was slowly building my confidence up. And I did say, we can still be on a team, but I need my own identity. I need my own branding. I need to be me, and I need to let myself go. Like, I need to fly. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah. Not Step Brothers. That's the other guys.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a peacock.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I became a peacock in 2014.
I'm going to write that down. That's a t-shirt I'm going to have made for you.
Oh, shit.
I became a peacock in 2014. So then it became the Laura James Show.
I guess.
Right?
Here we are. Yeah.
I feel like a lot's happened in the last, 8 years from 2014 to today. It's not like you just like set it and forget it and you've been rolling along doing nothing.
Yeah.
So bring me up to today. What happened from 2014 to this moment?
2014, I got married.
Yay.
Yeah. And I acquired this gaggle of wonderful children and became a blended family, which was very, very difficult at first. And I kind of feel sometimes like if somebody had told me how hard this was going to be,
yes,
I know I would have done it, but I don't know if I would have, and I'm so fucking glad I did.
I agree with all of those sentiments. I have a fly flying right in front of my face. Sorry. It just got weird if you're watching.
Perfect timing.
I was not hitting myself in the face. No, the blended family conversation, because I have time in that seat. And what I didn't know was that I just had to pick this as my family. And the minute I did that, it became so much easier.
Yeah.
Everything made sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's that whole compartment. You had said earlier, your kids, these are my kids.
Yep.
And these are their ages. You didn't say, well, I have my children and my husband has his children.
Yes.
That sounds to me like a recipe for failure of your relationship.
100%.
So good job.
Yep. So that was fun.
And you've just been selling houses since 2014?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've done other shit, dude.
Like what?
Did I just say dude?
You did, dude.
Oh my God.
I love it. I get in trouble for that all the time.
Yeah. So 2014 was an exceptional year for me, but I didn't know how to run my business. I let my business run me. Mm-hmm. I was wildly successful, sold so many more houses than I could have ever imagined. I made so much money in 14, all while, getting married, blending families, doing all the things. And I was exhausted, but I kept going. Education for me has always been big.
Of course it has.
Yeah. I literally grew up at a real estate brokerage, like all of these people saw me grow up from like 20 and, they saw Alex when he was 2 years old and they saw him at 4 and, all the things. I would look at all of these brokers and agents and just hang on every word, and I would just soak it up because I wanted to be good. I would see other agents struggle through a transaction and not know what to do, and I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be able to represent my clients. I wanted my fiduciary to be just fucking par on, which I hope it is. I think it is.
I think it is.
And So at one point, I think I got the burnout. I mean, in 2014, we were starting to see everything turn around. Everything was wildly successful. Prices were starting to go up. We were no longer in the half-off business. But after a time, I kind of switched priorities because I thought that I needed to be home every day at 5 o'clock or whatever. So I did take a position with a very large brokerage as a coach and trainer. And I want to say, gosh, when was that? It was right when we were buying our new home that we're in right now. So I think we had about 350 agents through multiple different locations. So I was the coach and trainer and had this calendar and, just kind of took a different avenue for a little while. And just like Trot and Trot, I missed my clients. So.
Yeah, but I see this theme, and it's kind of cool that you're like going into different corners of the industry, which has got to give you an incredibly robust perspective for so many parts of real estate, dealing with agents, understanding coaching training, dealing with clients, understanding the legal aspect of, that for me is a huge blind spot. I can read a legal description, but I have to slow way down to understand it.
So at this point, after how many legal descriptions that I've read in my life,
can you just boop, boop? Yep.
No, I just read it and I see the property.
Really, your brain you've like got all of those neural pathways.
Once
open.
you get it, it's so cool. It's like a code.
Some like role play. Is that a role play situation? Can we practice teaching Rachel how to read a legal description to get to that point? I think would be it would be awesome, because then you can see things that like I'm blind to the thing unless I slow down and read it and interpret it.
100%.
Or you can read it and see it.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So actually, can I tell you a funny story about legal descriptions?
Yes.
I don't want to say I almost got fired from Trot, but their security systems were very strict because they had, personal information of clients. And so all of the rules and procedures put in place by the banks on them, they followed to a T. And when I first got into post-sale, I did not know how to read a legal description. So I had a few files that we were working on, and I had no idea what to do. And I wanted to be better. So I took these files and I emailed them to my personal email address.
Oh, big no-no?
Apparently, that's not good. So I got called into the partner's office. And what I would do is at night, I would just read them. I'd read them backwards. I'd read them forwards. And I got called in the partner's office, and he's like, "Hey, we have an information. We've got a breach that I'm really concerned about." And I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And he's like, "Well, you emailed a bunch of files to yourself." So I had to explain it, like why I did it. I'm like, "I swear to God, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I am, but I'm not intentionally."
Right. You weren't sharing company secrets.
Oh my God.
Informing the enemy.
I really thought this is it. This is my last day. But yeah.
And you were just trying to be better.
Yeah.
Was that like they gave you a free pass?
They were like, "Yeah, we see that this was just, it was just the mortgage, which is something that's recorded anyway, but, it had the Trot number and it had a, first and last name on it." And so it was like stuff that I was not, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Redact.
Whoops.
Next time. Now you know.
I hope that they're not watching this or going to watch it.
Right.
I go, "Oh my God, I can't believe she said that."
No, but you're saying nice things about them.
I loved them. I loved those people. I'm a relationship girl.
You are a relationship.
I'm a Cancer. So.
Yeah. Oh, expand on that.
That's all I know. Apparently, I'm supposed to be a relationship person.
Is that the crab? Is Cancer
Yes.
the crab? I always get
Yes.
Cancer and Gemini mixed up. They're
Okay.
next to each other.
I don't know. I'm not the astrology girl, but people are like, "Oh, you're a Cancer. This makes sense."
Oh.
Does it? Okay.
You just say yes.
I'm nurturing and relationship building. That's all I know. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to Google it. All right.
Shit's getting weird.
It is. It's not that weird. It's just fun. All right. Now all right. I'm not going to stop what we're doing right now to go
Sure.
Google Cancer. What else?
I don't know.
You follow this path. You're a coach or trainer, a coach
Yeah.
and trainer. Mm-hmm. So you understand how agent minds work. Does
I do.
that help you be a better agent? Mm-hmm. I find, this is just, maybe I'm projecting here, but I find that I come from corporate America. And when I first rolled into this industry, I was like, it's so easy to shine as an agent because most agents really do suck.
At a lot of things, but they're good at what they do.
Sure. You're being nice.
You know,
most agents.
we're children.
What do you mean?
So
What does that mean? I mean, we are children. But
So this is something that I found, you know, in coaching and training, and this is not pointing at anybody else, it's myself as well, is we're really super hyper focused on the things that we're really good at. And then there are things that we're awful at.
yes.
And a lot of us need immediate gratification. So we want this, we want this, we want that. And we're like children in a sense, where a lot of us don't have the whole picture. Does that make sense?
Kind of, but no. Try again.
I really don't know how to. I don't want to sound insulting, but like, so for me, I suck at paperwork.
Me too.
I'll get everything signed,
Eventually.
but I won't turn it into the teacher.
Yeah.
So
I'll list and sell your house and then be like, oh, fuck, I never sent you that contract.
So I'll send it. I just won't turn it in. Mm-hmm. So I've learned to try to grow up and recognize the things that I'm not good at. Now I have this wonderful transaction coordinator. She does it for me.
I know I have one too. I love her.
They just make our lives easier.
Can we take a moment for acknowledgement? Shout out to Kimberly Bush, who makes me look good and gets all my paperwork.
And my girl is Stacy Emerson, which...
Are you shitting me? I know her.
Yeah?
Yes.
She's pretty awesome.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes she's so awesome, it annoys me, where she'll say, hey, Laura, we need this. Do you want me to get it? And I'm like, oh my God, it's not that big of a deal. And she's like, no, it is. That's why you hired me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess. But she's just so always on the ball. What do you need? What, you know, how... Yes.
The first time I said to Kimberly, I need XYZ, and she said, I already did it. I was like, oh, well, this is what freedom feels like.
Right.
Now I can go do the things that I am good at. Mm-hmm. I love that we're talking about this.
I don't wake up at 2:00 in the morning anymore in a panic. Oh my God, I didn't get this over. Mm-hmm. It's already been done.
Yes.
You know, and yeah, so I've learned a little bit to rely on other people. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to be amazing at everything.
Nor should you be.
Yeah.
Back to your comment, and mine too, because I feel like I should put some context around my most agents suck. I don't mean like most agents are intentionally shitty at their job, but it takes such a long time and commitment to paying attention over time to get and stay good in this business. Mm-hmm. And you're right, we're children. So people come, it looks like easy money. They come. Once they start really seeing how involved doing this job well is, they either take themselves out. They're not in it long enough to get good.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to backpedal a little bit because I don't want to not trash talking our peers, but
right. Well, and I'm the first to say it's not everybody but me. Mm-hmm. It's everybody or most, including me.
Yes.
So I'll trash talk myself all day long.
Yes, yeah. No, I love that.
I'll give you my faults all day. I've got plenty.
My version of that is, I had a conversation with a very dear friend of mine one time, and she said, people are such fucking assholes. And I'm like, you're right. Me too.
Yeah.
Like there's grace in there. You can give grace now. Throw yourself in. You're a people too.
100%.
So anyway, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing awesome.
Nice.
So what are you doing now?
Now, can I feel like this is just like story time.
It is story time. And I promise you, this is not like, I'm tiptoeing toward this because I don't want it to be like, I don't know, with any strings attached. I just think that what you're doing is really unique. Mm-hmm. And your outcome is going to be special and unique. No pressure.
Okay. God, sounds awfully climatic. Do you want me to backtrack on how what I'm doing now started?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. So I left this large brokerage as the coach and trainer, and I came back to, I want to say basically my lifelong brokerage that I kind of grew up in.
Yep. Home-based kind of place.
Yep. And loved it there. I still had the opportunity to train. So I trained once a week for newer agents. That was going relatively well. I was very happy where I was at. I'm going to preface this by saying I had no intention of doing anything. I was happy. I was, I had my signs. I knew what was what, and I had the support that I needed. My husband had always, every time we talked, and he's like my biggest fan. Yeah, he's like my cheerleader, and he's the one that recognizes good things about me when I'm not able to do so. So, like going back to 2014, he was the one that was like, Laura, you can do this. You don't have to rely on anybody anymore. This is all you, So consistently throughout our relationship, he kept saying, you have all of this random, super cool experience, and you're made to be something more than just selling homes. Like, you got a lot to offer. And I was, oh, yeah, you're biased, whatever.
Right.
And so anyway, I was not intending to do anything. Wasn't moving, wasn't sign jumping. And I started talking to this gentleman named Aaron Curry. And he always was funny as shit on Facebook. And I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. Usually I'm funny when I'm trying to be serious and people laugh. And then when I tell a joke, everyone's quiet. But so that's my humor, just to let you know. So we started talking, and I did preface, and I said, you know what? I'm really happy where I'm at.
Was he recruiting you?
I don't think so. I think we were just talking.
Just connecting, couple of professionals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a time where like he has a lot of listings in Howell. Like, that's always been his jam, right? He's one of the faces and one of the names that I grew up seeing going, wow, that's a famous person.
Yeah. OG status.
Right. Which is cool. My sidebar, my nephew, a couple years ago, was driving down the road with his mom, and he saw a sign of mine and said, Mom, I didn't realize Aunt Laura was famous. Love it. I was like, I made it.
Yes.
Yes. But anyway, so yeah, we were just talking. He's got a great sense of humor. I don't even know how it came to it. And I said, I just want to let you know I'm very, very happy where I'm at. I'm not making a move. But if you ever go into Fenton, give me a call. And he did. And you've heard this story so many times. It's not even cool to you anymore.
It is cool to me.
I think it's so cool.
It matches so much my story with Aaron as well.
Okay. And I think we have to give them the backstory on us. Rachel and I kind of walked circles around each other for years.
Two Trailer Park Girls go around the outside. I can't sing, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, you tried there, didn't you? I see what you did. So Rachel and I have kind of like walked circles in the real estate industry together. I always had mad respect for her skills. We had some personal things where I thought she didn't like me, but she did, I guess. So anyway.
We found each other.
We did. We tried to do a deal together. And I think how we both acted about that was so refreshing.
It solidified what I thought about you.
Yeah.
You showed me, and I was like, I knew I was right.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't get it to the table.
But it was not the right place for that deal.
And I think you and I both, when we got on the phone, when that fell apart, we were like, this sucks. I'm sad. I'm sad too, So that's how I've like kind of known Rachel for a while. And Aaron calls me about a week or two later and says, hey, we need to talk. And he said, I have a business partner and we're thinking about going to Fenton. And I'm like, all right, well, who's your business partner? And when he finally said, it's Rachel Evers, And I said, fuck yes. Fuck yes. I'm allowed to say the F word.
Multiple times.
This is the Laura show.
Yeah, extra F words.
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Good impression of Aaron, by the way.
Right? Yes.
That's what he sounds like.
So we talked, we danced, we wined and dined. And so I guess now I'm the manager in the Fenton NextHome One, which is a beautiful, wonderful brand. I work with awesome people. And I feel like so quickly we've kind of become ingrained in each other's lives. And it's super weird that I say I love you when I leave. Right? It's weird that it's not weird, I guess. Right?
Well, we'll get used to it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm so excited.
We're going to have to retitle this episode the Laura James Love Fest.
Perhaps.
All right.
My love fest to you?
No, don't make it that weird.
Oh.
Keep it the other way weird.
Okay, cool.
All right. So yeah, I don't even know how to wrap this up. I think you're amazing. And I usually take notes throughout a show. Here's what I have today for my episode with Laura James.
Oh God, what did I do?
Nothing. I became a peacock in 2014. I wrote down the words different perspectives and then instant with an arrow next to it. I can't even interpret that last bit.
Yeah. We're going to have to rewind and review.
Instant gratification.
Yes.
That was to go back and talk
I love vacuuming.
because it makes the whole house feel clean.
No, because as soon as you drag that vacuum over the carpet, you see the results of your hard work.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it moves.
So that's interesting. Rabbit side trail. I was talking with my coach yesterday and she was, or was it two? It doesn't matter. Whatever day. Within the last couple of days, I was about to get on a coaching call with my coach and I had a crushing pile of shit that I didn't quite know how to handle. So I rearranged my whole office instead. And she was like, do you know that is a hijack of your amygdala? It's like your brain is routing around the thing so that you can continue to function and have this immediate result. Because I can like push the desk against the wall and it's like I did something.
Right.
Even though it didn't really do anything.
So was rearranging the office on your list?
No, but so interestingly, okay, so I do all of this self-reflective work. I had been working in this office that, let's talk about Aaron some more, and I'm not going to make this go on for too long, but we opened this Brighton office and we had all of this hodgepodgey weird furniture and I didn't know what to do. It was like overwhelming. It was like I was stuck. I couldn't move. So Aaron came in with his people and just arranged furniture so it looked like it made sense, including my office.
Okay.
And I never made it my own.
Yeah.
So I, like in a woo-woo kind of deep-seated way, that was the thing that's been missing for me. So I moved it to make it my office. So now I'm locked in and I'm only going forward from there. Does that make sense?
100%.
Like
you had to like
the
anchor
foundation.
yourself. Like, this is my space.
Yes.
100%.
Why are we talking about this?
Because
because vacuuming.
Yeah. There's nothing to do with vacuuming.
No, but the instant gratification, like you got to do something and you have the result.
And hopefully now you'll feel better about doing those tasks.
Do. Yeah. Already. It already makes so much more sense to me. Like as without, so within. I believe that to be true.
100%.
So anyway, I don't know. Now my inside real estate office matches my outside real estate office. I don't know. Give me some parting words, Laura. Wrap this up in a sexy way.
I don't know how to wrap it up. I guess the only... What?
I don't know.
You go.
No, I could ask you all sorts of idiot questions. What do you want people to know about you? What's the best advice for a new agent? What do you attribute your success to?
I don't know. I think my success is most definitely built on hard work, ethics, tenacity. I love that word. And you have to have a passion for what you do. You have to love it in order, you don't have to. Lots of people hate their jobs. I refuse to be that person.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest piece of advice is get out of your own fucking way. Just get out of your way. Believe in yourself. Everything that you do in your life is based on how much you allow yourself to have that success.
Perfect.
Is it?
That was perfect. Perfect.
I don't even know what I said. I just forgot it.
Everything. What was? Can you, Grant? It was like something in your life is based on allowing yourself to have that success. Mm-hmm. Did I do it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, get out of your own way.
I love that.
Get out the way. Get out. Sorry.
Don't be. I think that's a good outro. Sing it. We can fade it out as we go.
You really want me to sing in public? Just come over tomorrow and you can record me.
I am going to do that, but
Okay.
it won't end up on the show.
I don't need it on the show.
You're not going to sing.
No.
All right. Tune in next time, folks. Lord James will be singing.
Woohoo.
But not this time. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I think this kind of concretes like we're official.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the first time we have said to people, this is what we're doing.
Yes. Yeah, we're building big shit, epic shit together.
Honestly, I love what I said at our Fenton ribbon cutting about changing the landscape.
More quoting of ourselves. I love it.
That was I should put that like on my Facebook and then put my name under it.
Yes.
But no,
What did you say?
just about changing the landscape.
that's what we're up to.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
And I love that we have that opportunity to build something better. Am I quoting a politician right now?
No. I mean, who cares? Make it your own.
It is my own. But, you know, I see how, and I've been at multiple different brokerages and I've worked with multiple different agents and brokers and seen how different areas interact with one another. And I don't want to be that. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to be able to share that with people and the fact that you saw that in me.
Yeah. Well, I love
I didn't even tear up.
No, you will off camera though, I know.
Maybe.
What I love about our partnership is the motley crew aspect. And like what I mean by that is we're not making cookie cutter anything. Mm-hmm. You do things very different than I do. And there's so much of your work that I can steal to make my work better. And I hope I'm bringing similar to the table. And Aaron as well. And Julie. And everybody that we're putting at our table is selectively chosen.
Yes.
To make our industry better. And alignment with that goal. And you bringing that to Fenton under the NextHome banner is amazing to watch.
Thank you.
Okay, we really are going to be done.
Okay.
All right, peace out. Girl
Thank
Scout.
you, everyone.
See ya.
The info given is current as of this recording, but remember, the market changes and real estate is hyper local.